The headlamp is one of the fundamental outdoor tools. Headlamps are a hotly contested item here in the 5-Minute Gadgets office. We each have our favorites, and the arguments get hot over the most important headlamp features, specs, and user interfaces. What's up, guys? In this video, I am going to amazing best rechargeable headlamp 2023. I found these products much helpful for people like you. If you want to know about the price and information, be sure to check my description. Number 1. The Cello V800. The Cello V800 remains a good low-cost choice. Toggling between the red and white light settings, there are 2 separate buttons, is easy, and we like the comfortable head strap. That said, we wish the light were brighter. It's still only 168 lumens. This headlamp also has fewer features, and it lacks the memory and locking modes we liked in our top pick. Even so, this headlamp performed as well as competitors that were many times the price. If you need a low-cost headlamp for completing around-the-house chores, taking your dog on evening walks, or stepping out into the yard at night, this is a good option. At first glance, the Cello seems like it might be a contender, at least on paper, but our extensive hands-on tests left us disappointed. The Cello delivers average performance when used for viewing distance, okay, but certainly not impressive compared to competitors. But it really falls short for everyday use around the camp. The close proximity lighting levels offer a narrow beam that is poorly suited to use lighting, a camping kitchen, reading, work around the house, or other normal flood lighting uses. This is a light we would not recommend to a friend. Number 2. Coast FL85R. If one of our editors had their pick for the best headlamp, it would be the Coast FL85R, $70. What do they love about this big burly beast of a lamp? First, it's got giant buttons for bigger hands that have trouble with smaller buttons. And this makes it much easier to operate while wearing gloves. You can use these to easily flip from white to red light, as well as change the power of your light. Second, you can either use the rechargeable battery pack or switch batteries out for alkaline. This is a nice feature, especially if you forget to recharge things on the regular. It's also easy to move from floodlight to spotlight with a simple turn of the dial on the lamp. But what really blew us away in testing is the long throw of this somewhat modest headlamp. Thanks to the zooming lens of the spotlight, it easily outshined all the headlamps in our test, especially at long distances. Sure, the light quality was not as nice as the Phoenix, more on this later, but to clearly see faraway objects, the Coast was a winner. There are several cons to this headlamp. First, the runtime, even on the low light setting, is extremely short at under 9 hours. So, you'll probably want to pack those extra alkaline batteries. Number 3. BioLite 330 Headlamp. This is a hotly contested choice, as each member of the Gear Junkie crew has their personal favorite headlamp. But some of us have put the BioLite 330 to the test for years now, and it's as great of a headlamp today as it was when we first got it. The kicker for us with the BioLite 330, $60, is you don't wear the battery pack on the front of your head. Instead, the light is built into the headband of the lamp, and it connects to the battery pack that now sits behind your head. As hunters, we're often doing weird stuff in the dark, like breaking down an animal, trucking back to the rig, or trying to get to an early morning hunting spot. This is simply the most comfortable and effective headlamp we've worn. The lack of weight on the forehead keeps the headlamp and light from bouncing or getting off kilter. The sweat-wicking material is awesome, and you can easily tilt the light down for hiking or running. Many of our testers don't find any big cons with this lamp, but a couple of Gear Junkies have weighed in that they have trouble with the small buttons and adjusting the headband due to the cord in the back. But when you don't share headlamps or use a helmet off and on, that's not much of an issue. Our solution to the cord issue is the Oprah method. You get a BioLite 330. And you get a BioLite 330. We'll note it's a tad more expensive than your average headlamp, but trust us, it's worth it if you're bumbling around in the woods like we are. Number 4. Ledlancer Neo5R. The smart and safety-minded design of the Neo5R, $70, lands it at the top of our list as a running biking headlamp. Why? It has both a front light and rear flashing red light, as well as a reflective headband to ensure that motorists see you from all directions. Well, this is safety first. The Neo5R proved to be no slouch in terms of performance and testing. It has an incredibly good runtime and came in just behind our premium selection, also Ledlancer Light, in terms of the overall runtime. The headlamp shined a full 24 hours straight, while still putting out usable light. It also has a powerful beam of 600 lumens that reaches 100 meters into the night. While not the best color rendering headlamp on the list, the light is optimized for running. It gives you decent depth perception for a single light source, although a second source definitely improves depth perception while running on trails. This light has a red light also, so it can do double duty around camp or on the hiking trail. Our only downside is it requires you to use Ledlancer's magnetic USB-C charging cable. While an effective system, it's not compatible with anything else. Number 5. Fenix HM50R V2. This headlamp makes a strong case for best overall. And while we gave the nod to Black Diamond in this case, you should definitely consider the Fenix HM50R V2, $60, especially if you care about color rendering. What is color rendering? In short, it's the ability of a headlamp to reveal a broad spectrum of colors to the wearer. And it's where most inexpensive headlamps cheap out. It's much easier to create a lot of lumens of bluish-white light than of a broad spectrum ranging from reds to blues. And that's where high-quality, high-cost clear LEDs outshine the competition. And that's what forms the core of Fenix headlamps. The HM50R V2, $60, is a crazy powerful headlamp for its size. It weighs just 2.75 ounces, yet punches out a whopping 700 lumens on turbo mode, 400 on high. And it can run a long time even with its tiny battery, 3 hours on high, or 48 on low. The user experience is wonderfully simple. There is a single button on the side. It's easy to find. Push it once to turn it on. Push again to increase power. Repeat for more. Push and hold for red. Push and long hold to lock. Easy peasy. Thanks to the diminutive nature, our testers barely noticed this headlamp while testing. It fits great and is extremely comfortable. That's all from my end. I make helpful videos daily, so do subscribe to my channel. If you need more information or if you want to know the product price, check out my description. Thanks for watching my video.